Hey there YouTube, it's your boy Lipid out here with another reaction video. Today we got mapping the Trump shooting by Fern. Back for another Fern reaction. So let's get into it, shall we? Hit it.
It's the 13th of July in Butler, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Former US President Donald Trump speaks at a rally. It's only days until he plans to accept the official Republican nomination. He's just minutes into his speech when shots are fired.
Take a look at what happened.
I don't want to point out what's crazy is like after watching this, this short like more than a dozen times, you actually know that people were confused of what was going on until someone actually shouted "get down," and then when people heard that command, they kind of realized, oh shit, it is going down.
Look what happened.
Trump got hit, but survived. Someone tried to assassinate him in broad daylight. Here is how it unfolded.
Okay. Solid channel, by the way.
By the time this video is published, new details might have emerged. It's a hot, sweltering early evening as tens of thousands gather here to see Trump. Pennsylvania is one of 6 vital swing states that will help secure the win in the next presidential election. Butler skews heavily Republican, and it is a blue-collar town.
This is a big crowd. This is a big, beautiful crowd.
He is surrounded by supporters. Most are sitting or standing in front of the stage. Some sit on the bleachers, center, left, and right. Trump's support staff and security, including Secret Service agents, are right at the stage.
I don't understand it though. I think Value Entertainment actually did a podcast or news station show, I think, where they were like, look, if you had like the Pope or President or anyone else, even like if it was even Obama, you'd probably have like bulletproof glass somewhere around here just protecting like the person here. I'll be honest, I think it's cheaper to have bulletproof glass around the president, like, at least any like presidential nomination or candidates. Then like the investigative amount of money need to be spent on the case that an incident like this happened. So like they should have, in my opinion, I think security was lax. I think that is a fair opinion, I think, to give out, because I think something like this should never have happened in the first place, period, done. Like the role of the Secret Service is to make sure an event like this never happened. Like I think after the Ronald Reagan attempt, which was already close, but they've gotten lax for sure.
Behind him are 3 large buildings. On the roof of the building on the far left and on the far right are Secret Service snipers. They are constantly scanning the surroundings, looking for threats. They can be seen in this video filmed by a crowd member.
Hello, Butler, and hello to Pennsylvania. I'm thrilled to be back.
Trump begins with his speech. Things seem normal. He turns to the right and points at a chart showing statistics on border crossings. At the same time, several people in the crowd notice a man with a gun on the roof of a building close by.
He's got a gun!
It's too late.
Take a look at what happened.
All of us.
Oh shit, that is like probably seconds before the actual shots rang out. So people realized it, shouted, but by the time it was too late. Okay, wow.
Saw bullets start flying. One even gets captured on camera.
Wow.
Another building, about 400 feet or 120 meters north of the stage. The shots are coming from here, on the roof. The gunman is 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He is armed with an AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. The gun was legally purchased by his father. First, he apparently fires a round of 3 shots.
Take a look at what happened.
Trump reaches up with his hand. The first bullet pierces the upper part of his right ear. He will later say that turning over to the right at that exact moment prevented the bullet from hitting him right in the head. He ducks down behind the podium, and within 3 to 4 seconds after the first shot, Secret Service agents swarm the former president and shield him with their bodies. Crooks opens fire again, immediately, with 5 more shots.
Jeez.
Right before the first shot by Crooks, one of the snipers on the left roof behind Trump seems to detect the gunman and prepares to return fire.
Take a look at what happened.
Some outlets report that these snipers killed Crooks, while the Secret Service confirmed its personnel neutralized the shooter.
Hold on, Mr. Walls. Something in right with that.
And fire.
Take a look at what happened.
Some prepares to return fire.
Take a look at what happened.
No, that shot you're showing first is from the gunman trying to kill Trump. But it doesn't make sense. Wait, what?
5 more shots. Right before the first shot by Crooks, one of the snipers on the left roof behind Trump seems to detect the gunman and prepares to return fire.
Take a look at what happened.
Yeah, see, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. It's like, look, and I could be horribly wrong here, and I could be probably speaking from movie references or something else like that. But generally speaking, you got snipers who, who are standing on the roof or like in like a low-lying area and have their eyes on a certain target. Like, if I'm not wrong, they're trained to not even flinch or move if something happens. So even if there's gunfire happening, I don't think my man should have been bouncing around like, oh my God, there's a gunshot. Like, he's terrified.
To return fire.
Take a look at what happened.
Yeah, he's just like, what? I didn't expect a gunshot. Like, that's... If he really... Because he's already aiming in the general direction of where the actual like shooter was. So the fact of the matter is he probably did see the shooter with the gun and then decided, wait, we should probably confirm that he is a hostile enemy. Then my man takes 3 shots and then proceeds to do 5 more shots. And my man still at this point, according to people, has not yet taken a single shot at him, as I understand, which is wild to me. That is a serious lapse of like, I don't know what kind of procedural like security protocol they had in effect. It seems like a major lapse of it, for sure.
Some outlets report that these snipers killed Crooks.
I heard it, and I don't think there was any video proof saying it was them killing him.
While the Secret Service confirmed its personnel neutralized the shooter.
Possibly, yeah, I think that would make sense.
We could not corroborate that it was in fact these specific agents.
Correct.
The gunman also hit spectators on the bleachers. 1 man died, 50-year-old Corey Comprador. 2 others were critically injured. With Trump's microphones...
What I also think is actually fascinating is because I get it that Trump almost got shot, but he also ducked down right behind the podium itself. So understanding that there's 2 more shots after the first shot and then 5 more shots after that. So it isn't a far stretch to say that though among those 7 shots, some of maybe the Secret Service agents here were hit. I can't confirm it. I don't know. But it would be kind of... And correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm foolish here, but if you have a gun aimed right down at Trump, and then you miss the first shot, and then you kind of see him duck, you're going to try aiming down and trying to get him, regardless. So, and look, it's obviously not me stating it's a threat to the president. I think, generally speaking, that is probably what was running in the mind of the actual shooter. And I wouldn't say the possibility is remote that if the Secret Service agents that are crouching around right here, probably 1 or 2 of them got shot. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility, although no information has been released, so I don't know.
Still on, we can hear the tense exchanges among the agents.
Move it spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Move. Go.
About 42 seconds after Crooks opened fire, they confirm the shooter is down.
Okay, 42 seconds after the first shots, which... Things aren't adding up here, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if things are adding up here. Could it possibly be that the gunman saw Trump go down, tried finishing him with like more than like 7 more shots after the first shot, and then for the next 42 seconds didn't shoot again? Like, how many bullets can an AR-15 hold? It's just not... Okay, shooter's down, okay.
Are we good? Shooter's down. Are we good to move? We're clear. Let's move. We're clear.
They prepare to escort him to an armored vehicle.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Yeah, bro, this shot terrified me. Because I was like, bro, it's probably a bloodied hand or something, probably blood.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we gotta move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay, watch your back.
Watch out.
Wait.
In about 75 seconds after ducking to the ground, Trump raises his fist. He is mouthing the words, "Fight, fight, fight." The resulting photos immediately travel around the entire world.
Whoever that, I will tell you this, whoever this cameraman is right here will probably go down in the history books, probably taking the best photo known to man, like in the recent American politosphere, probably the most important photo. It is going to be in social textbooks in probably like, 5 to 10 years? Would not be surprised. That's just facts.
Fight, fight, fight. The resulting photos immediately travel around the entire
Which
world.
I also have to give credit for credit is due. I just never realized this. Could you imagine if the presidential candidate is shot and then you have the balls to take your camera, which is a black, almost unidentifiable equipment, running right at him and trying to take photos? Could you imagine if a Secret Service agent said, wait a minute, their threat, those camera might be guns, and then it just orders to shoot at them? I would not be surprised if that would have played out as it was. Like, that could have been disastrous if they played it out like that. But thank God it didn't. But those cameramen were giga chads, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I would say those cameramen were probably the second most bravest people today. On that day, probably. After Trump and the Secret Service, of course. Mind you.
World.
Then. You're not gonna hide the best
The crowd
photo right
starts
there,
to
bro.
chant for the former president as he leaves the stage, bleeding. Trump is then rushed to a hospital. Later that night, he is flown to New Jersey.
Yeah.
He appears to be well. There are a lot of questions we don't have an answer to right now. Why were the forces unable to prevent the attack? Analysis on X suggests that at least the snipers on the roof behind Trump were likely scouting for dangers further away, with this rooftop possibly falling into the responsibility of other law enforcement agents.
That is, I actually agree on that possibility. That actually makes sense because imagine having a sniper rifle aimed at like much longer area threats. And I think it's even among the Secret Service, they have like these, and they've showed it in videos, they have like these ranges of like certain perimeters around the person of interest where like certain agencies have more control over. Like within a certain distance it's Secret Service, within a certain distance it's like police and law enforcement, within a certain distance it might be a different department. So that makes sense in my eyes. It would make sense that they would have noticed it, but they would have thought, okay, maybe not a threat because some other agency is handling it, so we can ignore it. Probably that makes the most sense because there's no other way a like designated sniper sees the person and says, probably someone else got it. Like, no, of course, if they would have seen it as a threat, they would have neutralized the threat, period.
We were unable to corroborate that.
Maybe. But that makes
Why
sense.
could an armed man climb up on this building? What was Crooks's motive? The gunman had no criminal history in Pennsylvania's public court records. The New York Times found a voter registration record for Crooks. It shows that he was registered as a Republican. They also found that he donated $15 to a liberal voter turnout group through a Democratic donation platform in 2021. He was a kitchen worker and had a membership at a local shooting club. The FBI found suspicious devices in both his car and home. They are being evaluated by the agency at the time of this recording. The investigation is ongoing, and new information is being published by the minute. President Biden and various leaders around the world condemned the attack and political violence at large. The picture of Trump, bloodied but defiant, with a raised fist in front of the American flag, will surely become a powerful symbol in his re-election campaign.
Oh, of course. No questions asked. I feel like that is.
It's 2020.
I feel like that's quite literally what actually would go down as well. And yeah, 100%. I think in terms of political campaign, it actually, is a powerful motivating factor. But at the same time, I am getting conflicting information on whether or not this event would have swung a lot more people than I think people have given credit for. And that's not me being a cynic. I think, generally speaking, I think the polls, or at least certain information that's coming out, hasn't changed a lot of people's minds over policy. But there is no question to say that whether like a powerful situation like this won't turn a few voters Republican. Obviously, no questions asked. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, this is such a detailed breakdown as well. I think Fern's put it up, I think July 16th, which is within 2 days of it happening. Wow. Like the amount of effort that goes into like producing videos like this at the time of when it happened and then just immediately releasing it, fair enough. But yeah, well done video. And they've actually seen renders as well. Like had Trump not turned his head, just even turned it against the bullet that's coming against him, it would not only have grazed him, it would have actually hit his head and would have actually punctured the skull. So if there was actually a moment where you had to say something unlucky, this is luck. Like this is distilled pure luck. Or some people call it God influence. So I don't know. Hey, But whatever it is, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and catch you beautiful bastards in the next one. Stay safe out there. The world is kind of in a weird place right now. So, catch you beautiful bastards in the next one. Peace. Take care. Nice.